quite obviously, there's quite a few people that love the Eternals and they consider it one of the best films in the MCU. Largely, many people do not, so it's finally good to hear some feedback in regards to the negative reception from one of the actors involved. We are talking about Kumail Nanjiani, aka one of the main characters, Kingo, and his reception to all the negativity. If you really think about it, and if you've even recently rewatched it, Eternals doesn't feel like an MCU film, for better or for worse. In my opinion, for worse, but hey, I know some people love that it doesn't feel or look like a standard MCU film, and that's fine. Recently though, speaking with Josh Horowitz, Kumail Nanjiani talked a little bit about this, and he said that this film, yeah, it was different, and that it did bum him out that the film was very divisive, and ended up being the first Marvel Studios bomb in terms of critical reviews. And he says that if you look at this, yeah, it's a very different comic book film than most comic book films. He says he loved it. He thinks it's fantastic. He loves what Chloe Zhao did. He loves just how ambitious and big the movie is, but he understands what the movie is. And he says she went for a really high bar, and whether they hit that or not, that's up to you, because he acknowledges some people love it. But he understands the criticism, and ultimately, it is disappointing for him. He did say that he believes a lot of people are going to rewatch the film eventually, and find that there's maybe more to it than the first viewing, and end up discovering a couple things to love, if not, completely turn around on it. And he says that maybe it's a film that in due time people will give it more credit, and certainly that is possible. It happens all the time. You give hated films long enough, they become cult classics and literally drive cults. The Star Wars prequels are perfect examples. We've even entered where the second Star Trek film, the one with Benedict Cumberbatch, I don't remember its name, I hate that film. I've now actively seen some Star Trek people legit say that that's the best film in that trilogy. Again, opinions change. Things that are considered bad, give it enough time, they're considered masterpieces or great. So, in due time, Eternals will have a very vocal fan base, and it already does. There's people that if you didn't like Eternals, they're gonna say, oh, you're just too dumb to understand this film. Again, it happens all the time, and I think he kind of understands that. And certainly, there's been great films that didn't do good at box office, that didn't even have good reviews from many critics that were looked down upon, that have now become cult classics and immortalized. Blade Runner. Is Eternals the next Blade Runner? I don't think so, but hey, to somebody it will be.